Welcome race fans to round 2 of Wheel to Wheel Racing. So here we are, Big Willow, the giant dust bowl. It's 3.9 kilometres long with 9 corners and very few passing opportunities. It's going to prove quite challenging here tonight and should be very difficult for the drivers. Joining me tonight in the commentary we have my fellow commentator, Captain Lowside. Good evening.
Good evening, Rexy. It's good to be back. I've been MIA for a couple of weeks from the league due to some life dramas, but it's good to be back on board.
And doing visuals tonight, we have Fine Moves.
Hey guys, looking forward to tonight. Should be a good one.
Yeah, looking forward to it tonight. Big Willow, challenging track. It's not a very long track, but it's a tough track to get around, and I think it's going to catch a few people out here tonight.
Yeah, totally agree. There's not really much margin for error. You think a big open track might give you some runoff area, but as soon as you put one wheel in the wrong spot or take a slightly wrong line, you end up on the dirt and you're toast. So trying to find that happy medium between being fast and not binning it will be tough for quite a few people, I think.
Yeah, and I think that quality is going to be really important here tonight, especially for this 17-lap race. It's quite difficult to pass around here. The safest option is down the start-finish straight, and then maybe along that back section coming into the last corner. But it's a tough track, boys.
You certainly have to play it smart, don't you? You can't just go launching at any gap you see. You've really got to set yourself up through the tail end of the course to be able to get the run on someone down the start-finish straight and into turn 1.
So we have about a minute before quali kicks off, so maybe we could throw up the leaderboard at the moment, Div 2 leaderboard.
Yeah, sure.
And just see who's where.
Yep. So we've got G-Man up top, followed by Smooth Blanket. Is he in this race tonight? I think he is.
He is. He's in the Toyota Supra.
Yeah, G-Man's up in, he's racing with the Premier League guys tonight. So, but he's top of Division 2, and then we got Jonesy in 3rd spot, who I believe is he's in this race as well, so good luck to those guys. And Ando, he's a teammate, he's in 4th, so he'll be nipping at the heels tonight, showing some pace here.
Yeah, it's also worth mentioning that we're in Group 3 this week as well, as opposed to Group 2 for round 1. So there will be some differences in cars this time, whereas Group 2 for this season is all in one make. So it really comes down to the driver, where you will start to see some differences between the cars of the driver's choice. So yeah, it'll be certainly one to watch.
Yeah, look, the grip difference between the Group 2s and Group 3s is massive. It takes a bit of getting used to jumping out of a Group 2 into these Group 3s, especially at a dusty circuit such as Big Willow. So here we are, they're coming out of the pits. So we'll just wait for the field to settle down a bit first.
Vintage
and
just
then
out
we
of the
might...
pits.
I think it'd be worthwhile doing a bit of a livery run through while they're on their opening.
Yeah, I think so. So let's jump to the first place, which I think is Herbs in the Toyota Supra. So Herbs is part of what team? He's part of Shan's team, so that would be V Corsa.
No, they're Speed Demons with...
Speed Demons, sorry, that's right.
Yeah, and Footner did all their liveries, they're looking pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a great looking Supra.
Really well put together livery actually, and every team member's the same, so it's certainly menacing when you're surrounded by them on track.
Then in second place we've got Ando in Shake and Bake Racing livery. So Ando's running what looks to be a Ricky Bobby inspired FT1. So looking fantastic there, Ando. Next we have the captain of Shake and Bake Racing, CCH or Corbin, in another NASCAR inspired livery, the M&M's livery there.
Yeah, it's actually quite a good theme that the Shake and Bake team have got going on. You can certainly tell the differences between each individual driver, and yet they all look still like a team. It's really good to see. In 4th place we have... Sorry, go on.
No, you're right.
Yeah, I was just going to say, in 4th place we have Untouchable, so he's part of team The Leftovers. So there was quite a number of people after the Season 7 draft that were able to form a team, so he's jumped on with Pagani as team captain. In 5th place, we have my teammate Jonesy, 13R Autosport. So he's been showing some fantastic pace through Season 6, so as team captain myself, I jumped at the opportunity to get him on board.
Yeah, good pickup.
Then next we've got Dale Teeks in the
Jonesy's
Porsche.
Oh, about it too much.
Yeah, it's a doozy of a corner.
Straight to the
So
pits.
as they come over
That's
the
all right.
line,
He's got time to do another lap.
Ando's going to be the first to put the first time in 1:10.5. So that's
Nice
pretty
work.
quick for round here for Div 2.
Yeah,
Smooth Blanket's even gone faster with a 10.3, 10.2, 10.305.
Troy, nice.
Troy with a 10.24.
Yeah, these guys
It's
are
really
quick,
showing
man.
how tight this
So
field are.
Troy, yeah.
You know, George,
Like we're
should we
looking
jump
at
on?
Div 2 here, and it's what are we at? A couple of tenths between the first 2 or 3 people, 4 people even.
Yeah, so Vintage Racer has taken a third there.
Ooh,
Yeah.
nice.
The Toyota, the GTR's quite strong around here.
I'm just on board with
As
Troy
we
at
see
the moment.
Vintage go wide, he's off the track. So yeah, jump on board with Troy. Let's finish this
Yeah, let's
lap
finish
with
his
him.
hot lap. See if he can improve. Oh,
So you
man,
need to stay really tight here, like
Yeah.
Troy's done, so that you get a good drive through this next corner.
It's a
Getting
really
a good
flowing track.
drive.
You've certainly got to set yourself up from one corner to the next.
It is, and coming up to what is probably the most difficult corner on the circuit. You know, you want to run wide, but it's so easy to end up in the tyres. And with us running full damage this season, that's a race ender right
There
there.
we go. Is he going to improve?
So let's see if Troy can improve.
Nah, he doesn't.
And no, he's just off.
Early did improve a little bit though, so he did a 1:10.3. Suit Lab with a 10.6.
Yeah, so early's
There's-
improved.
Quite a lot of people in the mid to low 110s.
Yeah, which is where you expected. I think Div 1 tonight you're going to see some 9s, and
right,
low
we got-
10s.
I forgot we got Nax here tonight. He had a great first
Had a
round
great
with
opening
wheel
round,
to
yeah.
wheel. He's a new guy, but he's up here in Division 2 tonight. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's great to see new guys have joined the league and are able to show their pace pretty quick and yeah, certainly jump to the upper divisions of the league. It's really good to see.
Yeah, look, I'll be interested to see how the NSX goes around here too.
Being a
Being mid-engine
really
drive, it wouldn't be
balance.
too bad, you'd think.
Oh,
Yeah.
good luck at Kyoto with that one, man.
Yes.
Ooh, there we go. Ando with a
nice.
110.2, so that brings him up
So
to second
Ando's
place.
improved.
That's great.
1,000.
Yeah, he's got the pace,
behind
man.
Troy.
Yeah, 2,000s. That's crazy. That's it. Quali's
That's
over. Who else?
incredibly close.
Who else can we jump on
So
with? for their-
Vintage is in 5th position at the moment. He's coming up to the last corner. He's down on the current time, so I don't think he's going to improve.
Oh, okay.
He did have an off as well,
Yeah, that's not going to help
but
him
it
set
doesn't
up
look
for a
he's
hot lap.
got any damage. But you know, 17 laps around here.
Corbin
There we go.
might have.
Dragon.
Don't want to get caught up in any damage at the start or
Have you got? Do you have access to
incidents at the
the
start.
live timings with Corbin?
Yeah, so I'm on board with Corbin right now.
Nice,
He's
nice.
half a second down.
Yeah, he's twisting all
No,
over the
he's
place.
showing he's not happy with
Yeah.
his lap.
He's on controller, isn't he?
I don't. I should
Unless
know.
he's had
but-
to switch back, I don't think
Yeah.
so.
He's moving. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he is. He's moving like he's on controller.
There's
He's
a lot
warming
of
up the
people that are on
tyres.
controller are showing some good.
Yes.
Whoa, Ando with a 109.9. So he picked
So-
Troy for
Nice
the lead
work.
by-
Yeah, so
Nice.
that's lightning fast.
Nice.
That is incredible.
So well done,
There we
Ando.
go, boys.
That certainly split the field.
Man, I was the most expensive driver on that team, and I'm probably the fourth quickest at the moment. It's like they're not getting their value of money with me, man.
So look, let's jump on board with Dale. I reckon that Porsche's going to get a good start here. So Dale's back in
Where is he?
10th.
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 There we go.
But the Porsche is good at starting. Let's see if
Yeah,
Dale
Porsche definitely gets a
can
good
get
jump
this
on
thing
the start.
going.
Here we go, Dale.
Wow. Looks like a bit of shuffling
the
on the
best
front.
Ripdoc
for
on the
Dale.
inside.
Untouchable down the inside.
Is it Ripdoc? I think it's
Oh,
Ripdoc.
Ripdoc, sorry, Ripdoc.
Yeah, there's a bit of biff
Oh,
and
and
buzz between. I
Untouchables.
think Dale had a bit of a rub as well. But the leading pack's got through clean, so we've got Ando, Troy, Smooth Blanket, Early Vintage.
Oh, smooths
someone
off.
ran wide there, smooths
So
off.
he's going to have dirty tyres as he's
He's
trying
right,
to
though.
go through.
He's alright.
No, he's good, he's
So-
keeping it
Oh,
together.
it's nasty.
That is tight through the roof. Yeesh.
And this is the
Vintage
thing,
getting biffed around as well. It's good to see he's been able to hold it together.
you really do need to just sort of try to hold your position that first lap, let things settle down, and then see where you're at. Because it's so difficult to overtake, and you do suffer a lot of understeer through these faster corners. We see Super
went back
Dragon
to
make a
12th.
move on Vintage there.
There it is.
So Ando leads them round for the first time as they come over the start-finish line. So Ando, Troy opening up a second
Super Dragon's gonna go
and a half
past.
lead over the rest of the field.
Smooth.
Yeah, so Dragon got the setup and the slipstream from Smooth Blanket. We see Vintage dive down the inside as well. So Smooth has lost out 2 positions there in the matter of 1 corner. So
Yeah, now Vintage is going to get pushed wide here by Smooth
Yeah.
Blanket. He's on the outside.
Yeah, going
Can he
too
hold
wide.
it though?
Ooh, Vintage is. He's going to have the
The
inside.
Vintage is
coming
not giving
to
up.
this
He's
left-hand
holding
side.
tight.
He
So
certainly
now he's
is.
going to get the line back
Oh, there's
from
something going on in
Smooth
the
Big
Blanket.
background.
in the back. Oh, dramas.
Untouchables.
See
Now,
Smooth Blanket.
let's go to replay there with Untouchables and see what's happened. So
Yeah, that sucks. I'm
here
not
he's
sure if
behind
they.
Ripdoc. Yeah, what's going on here?
So he's come out wide.
Oh, he's
Ah,
gone
see,
off. He's
both
just
in there
followed
right
Ripdoc.
Yeah,
So
so they've
easy
both
to
been
do.
slightly offline, and then they've run out wide on the exit, and then both cut across track. So, believe it or not, they're both by themselves,
Yeah.
standalone incidents, although right next to each other. So, it's not
So
not
there's-
broken at all for lap
We've
2.
got Super Dragon and Vintage battling still. So Vintage should be able to make a move on the inside of Super Dragon here, coming into turn 1. Let's see if he can get it done on the brakes. Just having a look. Yeah, he's got it done easily there.
I certainly think that Dragon played it smart there and just let the move happen, and know that there's a bigger race at play here. But looks,
Yeah, look,
were
Vintage, if he
side
can
by
get
side
himself
there,
some
didn't
clear track, he should be able to shake that Corvette. It's not the easiest car to drive around here, that Corvette, and the GTR is quite strong here, as we see Super Dragon just grab a bit of the dirt there.
Yeah, Vintage has certainly showed his pace in the Group 2 GTR in round 1, so he's definitely going to be one to watch for a good position tonight.
Yeah, look, I think that Vintage's pace in the GTR this week has been right up there with some of the quick guys. So if he can get himself some clear track and not have to battle as much, you might see him up there with Corbin later on in this race. But at the moment, we've got Ando and Troy just running away with it. So Ando's got almost a second lead over Troy. Troy and Early are starting to battle a little bit.
Yeah, in the space of 3 laps, to be able to pull out a second lead when there was only a couple tenths in qualifying, he's certainly able to show his consistency rather than just 1 lap pace. So really, really good to watch.
So it's the FT1's
Oily in the
leading
chat.
at the moment.
Oh, sorry, I just saw Oily in the chase like, oh no, former Slipstream teammates going off together.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing what Oily can do tonight, being a member of T-Rex Racing. So he's been nice and fast around here in the GTR. So it's a Toyota 123 at the moment, the FT1 leading 2 Supras.
We always knew the Supras and the FT1 would be a strong contender around here, so I'm sure the people in the other divisions will be keen to watch some good laps be put down and try to follow suit for the later lobbies.
Yeah, I think if you're in a Toyota or a Nissan this weekend, or a Beetle, then you'd be quite happy. Anything else, I think you'd be a little bit nervous.
Yeah, it's not really a track that's suited to a wide range of cars, is it? As we can sort of see, like you've mentioned, the fact that the Supra, those front 3, have pulled quite a substantial lead already.
Yeah, I think it's those fast-flowing corners that the Toyota and the Nissan really like.
if he had a pit for damage.
The Super Dragon's right down.
Let's just jump
Yeah,
on
he's
him.
right down the end.
Ooh,
14.
Endo
He's got
got
no
wide
damage
there.
and he hasn't pitted, so I'd say he's had an off. I was
I
having a
saw
chat
Endo
with
go
Super
wide just for a
Dragon.
second there, but he's managed to gather it back up. So that lead has been dropped by only a couple of tenths, so it must have been very small.
So from 7th to 11th, it's pretty much just a Congo line.
Which is going
So
back to what you said earlier about track position and being able to overtake. It's certainly a tough one around Big Willow.
Yeah, look, from what I've found through doing practice throughout the week, because of the understeer from slipstream, it's really hard to get a good run out of that last corner or any of those fast flowing corners to make an effective pass down the straights. So what I've found you've had to do is actually brake a bit earlier, so that you can make a better run onto that straight. But yeah, it's just a difficult track to drive.
Try and prioritise your exit rather than your entry speed, and really start to draw in on that car in front. But
Yeah, they're right up on Ando's tail at the moment. That gap's closed.
yes, I wonder if Ando.
Yeah, so Ando's tyres aren't as good as the Supras. Early's probably got the best tyres at the moment, and also the most fuel out of the top three.
Yes, I think
So
Early's
he's
sitting
sitting pretty. So if I was early, I'd just be sitting here, content to save a bit more fuel and not chew my tyres up as much and try to make a leap in the pits.
Absolutely. Not to mention he's also currently holding the fastest lap, so he's certainly still on the pace, and if he can take advantage of that and then pounce when the time's right, he's in a really good spot.
Yeah, also just quick shout out to Herbs. He's up in Division 2 tonight. This is well earned after a great round one.
Absolutely.
He loves the Toyota Supra. He's put in 1 million Ks in the bloody thing.
I reckon that's
And I think that's every Supra he's got. I think they've all got high amounts of Ks on them. So yeah, he's loving being that Toyota Supra, and it's showing right now with the pace that he's got. So it looks like Vintage has dropped back into 6th, so I don't know if he's had a bit of an off, but his front left is cooked, so I think he'll do one more lap and then pit.
Yeah, certainly. On that topic, what are we going to see for strategy here? I've been well out of the loop, being away from the league for a couple of weeks, so every form of strategy is pretty much non-existent to me.
Look, I think, lap 8 is when people have generally been pitting around here. The undercut works a little bit better, and because it's so hard to pass, I think running an extra lap on the tyres isn't going to hurt. So lap 8 is where you do it. 7's probably a lap too early, but some people are good on their tyres. So as we see Troy and Early just touch a bit of the dirt on it as they run through. Troy's got the line for the inside of the corner here, but Early's got the slipstream, and he's got it done on Troy's. So well done, Early. It's a nice bit of driving there. So he's now right up the clacker of Ando.
Yeah, so I'm wondering if he's seeing this opportunity now towards the end of a stint and saying, I've got good tyres, get out of my way. Here is my time to shine. He's right on the back of Ando. I was almost thinking he'd take a dive up the left-hand side here, but thought better of it.
Yeah, it's far too risky. If I was him, I would be pitting this lap, and I'd just be content to sit behind Ando and try to jump him in the pits. So he's got slightly better fuel than Ando. Unless he makes a move here on the inside of the final turn, so turn 9. So yeah, it looks like he's going to make a move here.
Ooh, too wide through this section, very tough.
Yeah, it's very sketchy. Although Ando's held it, he's like, I am not giving that up.
Not easily, no.
Oh, that's getting close.
So close to the edge.
So let's see if we see them go into the pits here. Yeah, all three.
Like all front three.
Yeah. So let's jump to Smooth. So Smooth, Corbin's in, Vintage is in. I think you're going to see the whole field go in here. I don't think you'll see anybody stay out.
Yeah, like you're saying, absolutely everyone so far.
Oh no, Suit Lad stayed out.
Okay,
so Suit Lad looks like he's double stinting. So he's got
Early with his fuel savers now out in front.
Yeah,
he's got a solid. Yeah,
and so did Troy. So the FT1, you know, it's a good fast car, but it does rev really high and is quite thirsty. So you know, that's not unexpected. But Vintage, the big loser out of that, he's dropped back to 9th. So Vintage having a horrible time. Oh, he almost ran wide there as he goes door to door with Dale there.
Oh, wow.
Great driving by Dale and Vintage.
Nice,
oh, Vintage is on the dirty side here.
Being ex-teammates, they certainly know how to drive around each other. But
yeah, look, they've done plenty of laps together. You know, they're both full of respect for one another. That's good, clean driving by the two there.
Here comes Vintage up the inside. Yeah, that's definitely an overtaking.
Doesn't surprise me at all.
I know that's an overtaking zone because that's where I always get overtaken.
So yeah, it looks like early in Troy have just put the foot down and started to pull away a little bit from Ando. And we've got Knackers in fourth now, so Knackers have come from nowhere, so he's made a couple of places in the pits.
Yeah, as we see
Lad struggling.
4 wide, 4 deep.
And Lad struggling to keep.
Pit stop yet?
Look, I don't know if Lad had an accident and pitted early.
Oh, smooth down the inside.
You can do a cheeky little move there if the person in front of you runs a little bit wide, but Lad's not giving it up as he makes a little bit of contact there with Smooth Blanket.
He's got the inside, that's perfect.
Yeah, Smooth has certainly got the run.
And Corbin's taken advantage of that and they're now going to make a run on Lad into turn 9 here.
Nice work, Corbin.
So I'm wondering if we're going to see Lad drop into the pits now.
Can't get it done.
Already done it. We'll see where he comes out.
But that this group fighting has also given Vintage an opportunity to jump back on. So he's now right up the clacker of Corbin.
Yeah, someone's into the pits by the looks of it. Or did they just go in the dirt?
No, I think somebody just ran wide. So Superbad must have had a stop because doing 11 laps on softs around here in the Lexus is tough. So he's still holding pace around this battle pack. So we'll see where.
Yeah, look, the Lexus is a real pig around this track.
Yeah, I'm not very
he'll let you know. ZD's hating it.
ZD secretly loves that car, but just won't admit it.
Yeah, I think he's got a poster of it up on his wall in his bedroom.
ZD, quote from ZD, Lexus equals when Toyota tries to make a boat.
So let's see what ZD can do in the Lexus tonight. I know that he's had the flu all week, so I've no doubt he'll be using that as an excuse to go slow. So back to the field. So Knackers is leading this train from 4th through to...
only just.
I think it's 9th, basically. 8th.
Yeah.
Dale's trying to get on the back of it.
Yeah, we see Smooth getting a bit antsy against Nax as well, or Nax, however it's pronounced.
Let's see if Vintage can make a move on Corbin here. I don't think he can, not with this long train.
So Troy looks to be hunting early down out the front as well, if what I'm saying is correct.
Yeah, so Troy...
Yeah, he is.
Troy's got a bit more fuels than Early, and his tyres are... Early's probably got the better tyre at the moment.
Yeah, getting towards the corny end of the race.
Yeah, look, you know, so as we see Early just touch a bit of the dirt there.
Yeah, there's not much grass around here, is there?
No, it's more like a cactus.
Yeah. Also, going further back down the field, what would it be? 11th and 12th? Seems to be a bit of a battle going, maybe?
12th and 13th between Untouchables and Ripdog. So Herbals. Oh no, it's Untouchables and Ripdog.
Yeah.
But they're starting to drift apart there. So I think the main action at the moment is probably between 4th and 5th, Knackers and Smooth Blanket. As we see Knackers take the inside here. Smooth Blanket's yeah, he's got the run on the Ripdogs there. Oh, we see Vintage go on the inside of Lad there too, so Lad loses another place, just showing how weak that Lexus is around here.
Certainly not the track suited for it. He's not giving it up easily though, so he's certainly making Vintage work for it.
Yeah, and
gonna be
again,
too
Vintage
much
will
of a
just
challenge,
hold him to the outside here and get the move done now. Or as we see him just drift a little bit wide there, Vintage.
He's certainly in a better track position through this section of the course. Being wide up the top of the hill is not where you want to be.
But just looking at Vintage's race times, I don't think he'll be too happy with himself this first race. He's struggled to get into the 12s.
Yeah. So we see Dale making a bit of a comeback towards the end of the race as well. So he's jumped onto the back of this train with Suitlad and Vintage. Well,
Yeah,
not that
look,
I'd
this
want
track's...
to see, but it would be good to see Dale get another couple of positions.
It's really easy to lose time around this track.
Yeah.
And it's really hard to make time.
Jonesy's back in
Oh,
10th.
exactly.
Thought he might be a bit higher in this
He
race.
was
but
higher before. I wonder what happened.
So Knackers is he's not giving up. He's chasing Smooth Blanket here. Smooth Blanket's got half a second lead on him. And Early looks like he's opened up a fraction more of a lead on Troy HQ there. So the two Supras just dominating at the moment. They've managed to shake Ando in the FT1. So Ando looks like he's cemented third unless he runs off the track. And then from there, it's a battle. So we've got Vintage, Suitlad and Dale battling quite hard for 7th position.
Yeah, Suitlad's certainly been able to tag onto the back of Vintage now. Maybe it's a bit of slipstream helping out the Lexus to keep him on his tail.
Yeah, look, Suitlad's a fighter. He's a quality driver. Even though the Lexus isn't well suited to Big Willow, he's not giving up easy. So we see Dale just run wide there.
Gathered it up.
So, but the more these guys fight, the more breathing room it gives Corbin. As we see Suitlad try to make a move there on Vintage by the outside, but just can't get it done.
I'm wondering if they're starting to close the gap to Corbin. I've not actually been able to see it too much, but as I say,
yes.
That's got like a 10th in a bit, so maybe not.
So the gap to Corbin at the moment is about 0.6. So it's in that slip position. Oh, as we see Corbin run wide there. Oh no, actually it's not. He hasn't run wide. That's just me getting excited. We see Vintage run wide there though.
Yeah, he's
So
pressure on Vintage.
The back.
Yeah. Yeah. Look.
I just don't know if the Lexus has the.
Vintage
the
has punished his front left again. He's really hammered it. But the rest of his tyres are better than the others.
The front left is
really
certainly one that gets punished.
Yeah, it really hurts you through that last corner and the second corner.
So 2 laps to go.
2 laps to go. Early's closed that. Troy's closed the gap to Troy. So it's now down to half a second again. Oh, as we see Early just go off on the dirt a little bit there. So that's really given Troy the opportunity to make a move here. So Early with the dirty tyres, he's going to have to be very careful through this next section of the track.
Yeah, throw in some old softs as well, so dirty tyres and being worn certainly makes it even more tough around this track, especially when you're trying to either catch or just hang on to the person in front.
But, you know, Early, credit to him, he's maintained that distance. So let's see if Troy can get a good run through this last corner and take advantage of that slip. So he comes through such a tough corner, and he's got a good run too. He's got a really good run. But I think he's probably a fraction too far back.
Not enough.
So here we go, Lars. Oh, he's going to make a move. Oh no, he's pulled out of it.
Showed the nose.
He's just letting him know that he's there.
I don't think it's going to be enough to shake Early this late on in the race. I reckon he's in a strong position to be able to take this out.
Yeah, look, it's definitely Early's race to lose. As we see him go again onto that dirt, so Early's pushing really hard here.
He certainly wants to make sure he keeps that gap. Any little mistake can can certainly bring Troy back into the case and then give him slipstream and potentially take it on the line. We've seen overtakes before the start finish tonight, so
Yeah, so it looks like Early's got this one in the bag. He's opened that lead up just another 100th there. So, yeah, I think Early's going to take this out. Troy just too far back to get anything done now. Smooth Blanket has just walked away with his fourth. But the battle between 6th, 7th and 8th is really heating up. Dale's jumped right into... so let's stay with this battle. Well done to Early. Well done to Troy.
Nice work, boys.
We see Vintage come through in 6th into the last corner. Suit Lad. Dale runs it a little bit wide. Vintage is going to hang on for 7th. Corbin takes 5th. Vintage takes 7th. Suit Lad... Vintage 6th. Suit Lad 7th. And Dale takes 8th. Knackers has dropped back to 9th. So he went from 4th to 9th. I don't really know what happened to Knackers there. He must have run wide. Because he doesn't have any damage, but he was certainly battling with Smooth Blanket.
yeah,
So that's it, boys. Race 1 done and dusted. And Early, the victor, well done. Troy, 2nd, and Ando, 3rd.
Nice work, Troy. Early. He's redeemed himself from round 1. He had a bit of a shocker there, but pulls out the win.
Yeah, certainly been able to pull off a good end result.
So yeah, tough
Something
track.
must have happened to Dragon being back down in 14th. That'll certainly set him up for a solid race 2, but I'm sure he's not going to be too happy with race 1 time.
Yeah, Dragon hates this track, so I don't think he's surprised. I think he said this afternoon that he can get an overall of 25th and be happy.
Yeah, and looking through the fields in terms of Div 1 and even Div 2, I would expect that to be the case. Even myself jumping in with absolutely zero practice tonight will be an interesting one. So, yeah, I have little to no expectations of where I'll end up.
Take this opportunity, a big shout out to our sponsors too. So, Races, Pagnian Advanced Simulators and Next Level Racing. Big thanks to those guys.
Yeah, definitely. We've seen Races return for yet another season with Wheel to Wheel, and Dodgy 86 has been able to pull in Pagnian and Next Level. So really, really good to see a few people jumping on and backing the league.
Yeah, we've got a few prizes this season as well. With these sponsors, so
it certainly spices things up a bit. It's nice. So
as the league grows, it's good to see that we get sponsors like
strategy.
It's not a bad thing to jump on the mediums at the start of the race. It's the slowest lap, the first lap, and most of the people will come in and change their tyres after the first lap. So I don't think it's a bad strategy. If you're at the front of the pack, then you might want to stay on softs and try to just run away.
Yeah,
certainly.
But if you're starting at the middle or the back, put mediums on. Sorry, boys, got the hiccups.
Yeah, look, I'm expecting me to finish towards the back of race 1 at the end, so I might try and mix things up and start on softs, or who knows what my race will bring. It's tough. Normally I've got plenty of strategy and plenty of opinion on the track, but being away for a couple of weeks has certainly not done me any favours. Yeah,
a couple of weeks away from your rig, and it certainly can hurt, especially considering you went from a Group 2 race to just a couple of days. So having tons of grip to no grip. And it feels like you've got no grip. It feels like those front tyres are just on ice.
Yeah, especially going back to the Lexus, which it's not terrible for understeer, but it's certainly not great for it. So it's going to be one to watch. But I actually had to get away from my rig and cut across the South Australian border before round 1. So this round 2 will be my first round for season 7.
Boys, check out the lobbies tonight, man. I think we got another record with 82 RSVPs. They've hacked it out. 7 lobbies tonight.
Yeah, and look, the competition is fierce amongst all the competitors, you know, from Div 1 all the way down. The times have been so close. You just have to look at that first race.
Last week
just
in
to show,
Premier League, right?
Yeah,
like everyone was in
less than half a second.
Oh, it was like a
or
couple
less than a
tenths,
second. Sorry. Yeah, it was just ridiculous.
Yeah, it was like 3 or 4 tenths between first and 13th or maybe it was 12th.
Yeah, it was
for
crazy.
qualifying. That was insane.
And even here tonight, you know, the times from first to 12th weren't that far apart from each other.
No, up until it was Ando that took the qualifying lead, wasn't it? So he, up until then, for him splitting it by nearly 3 tenths, it was down to, like you say, a couple of tenths between the top 6 or 7. So
gosh,
close competition.
I was pretty lucky that tonight's race wasn't round 1. I'd probably be in Division 2 next week.
That's exactly what I was afraid of. I tell you what, going into that first race, I was sweating, thinking that, oh shit, a bad race here's going to have me in Div 2. And I'm never going to get out of it.
Opposite of that, Rexy.
Well, actually, I thought Div 3 was possible because it's been so close between, you know, the top 3 divisions. You know, you could easily see yourself going from Div 1 to Div 3 just from a poor performance.
Yeah.
Look, for those watching here tonight, don't forget to hit that like button, and if you're enjoying tonight's racing, subscribe as well. And with Season 7 only just starting, now's a good time to join Wheel to Wheel, so jump onto our Facebook page and go to Wheel to Wheel Racing League and just follow the links.
Yeah, we've got all the links up on screen at the moment, so for the sponsors, we've got Facebook, Instagram, Discord links up there, so... Ooh, here we go, Race 2. Just jump on,
Race 2's
boys.
getting kicked off.
Yeah, so let's go mid-pack again.
Yeah,
Who
so
we got here?
there's going to be some quick...
Look, let's jump on with Jonesy in the Lexus. The Lexus starts fairly well. He's in 5th position.
Yeah, Jonesy
See what he
being
can
in
do.
Lexus last season as well, he's been able to nail the starts on these, so hopefully I haven't jinxed him and he's able to pull off another one.
He's one of your teammates, isn't he?
He certainly is.
In the beautifully turned out Lexus there, 13R Motorsport.
Oh, it's a great start.
Yeah,
He's got a cracking start. Look at him go.
That's
Super
definitely
Dragon.
one of the Supra's weak spots. So we see Herbal lose out of position and a bit there just on the start from Jonesy. So the Supra's not great at getting itself off the mark, but once it does, it's one to watch out.
Gosh, it's going to start getting crazy up the back there.
Oh yeah, so
everyone
half the field will be on mediums here. So they're just going to do their best. They're just going to do their best to try to get through this first lap. You'll see a lot of them jump into the pits here. We see them. Oh, it's all happening.
And we see Smooth as well.
Ando gets the move up the inside.
So not a bad start from Ando in the FT1.
So those
Man,
guys...
I wonder how many people on mediums and got to ditch him lap 1. So that's just their priority, is to just make it through lap 1.
Troy and Early still back in 13th, 14th. And Ando just got ahead, man. He made some moves.
So let's see who goes into the pits here. So we got Ripdoc in, Untouchables is in. So half the field have gone in. We've got Super Dragon has stayed out, Jonesy stayed out, Herbal stayed out, Dale has stayed out, and Ando has stayed out.
Yeah, so
Rest of the field is in for softs. So that's the mediums done and dusted. And
actually, pointing out Super Dragon there, he's already got quite a jump on Jonesy in second place.
Started on pole with softs. I mean, that's you know, it was a smart thing to do.
Yeah, he's just got free, clear track. All he needs to do is keep his head down and just knuckle on with it.
Oh, look, if I know Super Dragon, he'll be having a conversation with about 15 different people, probably texting his mates as well as driving. He likes to keep himself busy as he's racing.
He does.
Yeah, so does he.
I don't have
one hand.
levels for that.
Yes, and he does it as well.
Yeah,
I'm flat out talking and racing.
Yeah.
Oh, up the back, man. The last like 5-6 cars are just.
Oh, Endo's off.
Is he?
Oh,
no.
He is off.
Oh, he's
In
way
a
off
big
on the
way.
last corner too.
Oh, he's gone.
Oh, he's
Wait,
left too.
Was it a disconnect?
I think it might have
Maybe
been a
that was a-
disconnect.
It could have been
Yeah.
internet.
Yeah.
That's left too quickly for it to be a race.
Unlucky.
Oh, no.
Unlucky.
Damn, he's doing so well.
Yeah, that's 2 disconnects for Shake and
Oh
Bake.
man, unlucky,
Oh, that
man.
hurts.
So, oh no, well, it wasn't. It was Adam V10 last week. He's not Shake and Bake. is he?
Yeah, correct.
So, we've got Super Dragon with a 2.5 second lead over Jonesy, followed by Herbal, and Dale chomping at Herbal's tail here in the Porsche.
Yeah, that's really good to see. Dale keeping up with the Super around here.
Yeah, look, Dale, he's chosen the Porsche. It's not a bad car. It's, not as good as what the Super is around here, but he's certainly having a good go right now. Then we've got Untouchables, Ripdoc. Oh, it looks like Vintage here's making a move on Ripdoc. Yeah, and he's getting it done.
Yeah, he's already got it
So-
done, yeah.
Well done, Vintage. He'll be looking to have a better race than what he did in the first race. I think he
he's
just
certainly
got
gonna
caught
be-
up in a few incidents in that first race and
A
just
little
couldn't
bit
get
too
it
much
together.
battling. Yeah, just burning out those tyres more than he would have wanted to, which costs
You
him
know what?
pace.
I think Troy and Early just playing it smart here. Like there's no need to rush it. They're probably saving a bit of fuel. Just they know they'll get their opportunities to move up through the pack.
Yeah, let your pit stop strategy try and do most of the heavy hitting for you, because as we've said earlier on, it's a pain to absolutely nail an overtake around here. Otherwise, you end up battling with someone for too long and burning out the best of your tyres.
Tell you what though, Jones is going to be one to watch. He's been able to start up front for this second race, so
Yeah, the only thing for Jonesy, he's just got to really watch his tyre management. The Lexus's tyres, I've always found that they're working well for you, and then they just go completely off. There's sort of like no in between.
Yeah, certainly
but
something-
that could also be the way I drive it.
Certainly something as a team we
Suit
we
Laden,
see
who's
Suit
this?
Laden going up the inside of Ripdoc as well. I wonder if Ripdoc's doing a longer stint on mediums, and that's meaning that a few people are able to make some easier overtakes, because that's...
Suit Laden's
Suit
off.
Laden's
Oh, Suit Lad's off. So yeah,
Thanks,
we've got a
Oliver.
really nice battle developing here. So between Suit Lad, Ripdoc, Corbin, who else is jumping into this?
it
Troy's
Troy
also
early?
jumping into it now. So Troy's actually got past early. Suit Lad's lost 3 positions. Is now sitting behind.
Yeah, Suit Lad was making moves,
early
he's
there.
ran wide, and now he's dropped towards the back of this battle pack, so he's not going to be
Man.
happy with that. We'll certainly want to make up for it over the rest of the race. I think the best thing he can do now is just sit on the back of Early and Troy and just stay with them.
Yeah, so from 7th through to basically 12th, 13th place now is
Yeah, this
nose
is-
to tail.
it's just one of those tracks you can't be too aggressive. It's just game over. So it's smart driving here from Early and Troy. They're just being patient.
Yeah, that's all
Yeah.
you can really do. Be patient, wait for the opportunities to come to you, and try to conserve those
I
fronts,
think we
especially
can
that
see-
front left as much as you can.
Is it Suit Lad and Narks going side by
Oh.
side?
Oh,
towards the end
So
there?
Someone's
someone's just
gone.
gone
Yeah,
off.
what happened
Yeah,
there?
who's that? Knackers? Is
I
it?
think so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
Knackers
saw
has gone off,
that,
so he sustained damage.
Let's just check the replay there, see what's going on.
Yeah, oh,
Yeah,
he's off massive.
On board Nax. Oh, he crashes a bit of dirt. That's it.
Yeah,
It's over.
he's-
It's over.
that's his
NFS.
race done and
Hot
dusted.
dogs. Done.
He will be spewing. May as well crack yourself a beer and drive around with that,
Yep, that's it.
because that's
He's into the
that's-
pits.
yeah.
Oh,
He's in the pits. He's a long way back now.
Once you have an incident like that, there's no coming back from it.
Yep. Oh,
You're just a
that's-
number on the track now. So
Big Willow is just brutal for
look,
that.
he's racing for overall position now.
Yeah.
That's extremely unlucky. So pit strategies. Let's see what happens. So will we see any 6-lap stints, or do you think majority will do the 7 or 8 lap?
I think these guys-
actually don't know what pit stop loss is around here. Is it large?
No,
about
it's not that.
5 and a
It's
bit,
pretty quick.
I think.
Yeah. Dragon and Jonesy are staying out, so they're not doing six.
Like if you
six
do a
laps.
six lap, they'd be in this lap.
Yeah. By the looks of it, no one's on a 6-lap strategy. So
Well, they also went on medium, so you'd expect to see them at the end of 7.
actually, that's true.
But the problem with doing the 6th stint is that you're doing one additional stop.
Yeah, it really depends on where you are on track. If you can get that clean air and pull off the benefit of having those fresh tyres, but the consequences of making a mistake around here. Ooh,
Oh no, who's that?
Yeah, Untouchables has just given Dale a bit of a touch there.
That puts
He pulled
Herbs
out
up
of
into
it,
third.
but
yeah.
so yeah, really Untouchables shouldn't have taken that position off Dale. He did give it back, but Dale still hadn't recovered, lost position to Herbs. So Dale will be a little bit shitty there, but he just needs to settle down and
it's only a lap 7.
get his head back into it.
30 more laps. Just need
So
to keep
and
your head
Vintage
down.
is back in 6. So I don't know if Vintage had a bit of an off, but he's sitting now in 6. So he went from 4th.
He's in a good position there. Oh,
Yeah,
So
certainly.
Vintage has stayed out. So yeah, we've got a few guys on the
on the
6-lap
6-lap
strategy.
Stop.
Who's that coming out of pits there?
Jonesy's just come out of pits.
Yeah,
He's on
Jonesy. So
7.
Jonesy looks like he's still in the 6-lap stint.
Yeah.
Vintage doing
Or
7
did
lap
he
stints by
stay
the
out
look of it.
on mediums?
Yeah, so Untouchables there, I would expect him to be in this lap because he's jumped from, what was that, 4th, 5th or 6th even, up to 2nd.
Yeah,
It'll be
you'd
interesting to
think
see what
majority of
he's-
the field will do 7-lap stints. Super Dragon's still just killing it at the moment, so he's up to his 8th lap.
In the Corvette,
remember,
that's-
he's on softs.
Yeah, I mean, Adam V was struggling in the Corvette. It's him and I were both struggling in our manufacturers. It's but yeah, no, Super Dragon. See how he goes.
Yeah, look, he's having a good drive. He's been pretty consistent. You know, he hasn't been setting a cracking pace, but you know, every lap's been a 12. So he's nice, consistent. As we see him go into the pits now, so he goes in. He may take fuel, splash of fuel, fresh set of tyres.
No fuel.
So now he's taken his
Awesome.
medium. So he's going to do 1 lap on medium, I reckon, and then come back
Yeah,
in for
okay,
softs and
yeah.
maybe a splash of fuel.
Interesting choice.
So
on
that now
winning
brings
lap 8.
Vintage into 3rd, Untouchables in 2nd in that Porsche.
Interesting from Dragon there, coming in for his medium stint, presumably about half tank, maybe? Maybe the Corvette uses a little bit more fuel, so he wants to try and get that out of the way and set himself up for the tail end of the race.
Yeah, look, the Corvette's one of those things where you can.
You can
I
really
think you
aggressively
save.
short-shift it.
If you, short shifting and saving fuel is probably quicker than revving the guts out of it.
Yeah, certainly. It's really tough though, because it's like you have to aggressively short shift that to be able to make it fuel efficient, and you can certainly get into your own head and just start to rev it out and use that little bit more fuel and throw your strategy away.
So Early and Troy made their
So
moving up a little bit through the field.
let's see if Vintage and Untouchables come into the pits here. So yeah, so we've seen Super Dragon go back
Crisscross.
in. Vintage is in for another set of softs. Let's see if he takes fuel. I don't think he will. I think he'll just go softs. Oh, he's taking a little bit of fuel.
Yeah, take a splash.
Just a splash, just to get him through to the next 7-lap stint, maybe. So he's lost positions to Corbin and Suit Lad. So he's come out in 8th, and you expect these guys to. Well, actually, it looks like
Yeah, this is turning out to be a bit-
Suit Lad took tyres at 6, so he's 2 laps in.
Yeah, I'm
The
sure
Jag.
Suitlad would want more clean air.
That big right hand sweeper there, the Jag just, man, it just doesn't turn. I had a Nissan just go round me on the outside there.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, I think that was oil.
Yeah, last night, yeah, oily, crazy, crazy.
As we see, Untouchables still up at the front of the field, so I wonder what strategy he's on to be able to.
I
land
think you'll see
himself
him
up
come
there.
in this lap.
Yeah,
So what's he doing? I don't know if he's done a... Yeah, here he
There
comes.
we go.
So this might be his
Hands the lead
first
over
stop.
to Jonesy.
Is that 5 lap
Great to
stints
see.
or what? What's he? Does it? No.
Who, Jonesy?
Untouchables. No. What?
Or, no, I think Untouchables did 10 laps.
Is that his? Wow,
Yeah.
okay. Gotcha.
I wouldn't be surprised with the fuel and the tyre wear on the Porco. It's certainly not seeming to help him out now. He's dropped back to 10th after all the first
Yeah.
round pit stop.
Battle those
So that
guys
brings
on.
Dale, Jonesy, Dale inherit the lead.
Herbs too, yeah.
So Jonesy was a 4-second lead
Yeah,
over
nice.
Dale Peaks. Herbs is sitting in behind Dale. And then we've got a bunched up field with Super Dragon, Corbin, Suit Lad and Vintage Racer all battling for position
Wow.
here.
Yeah, we can see... Oh no, Dragon changed off of his medium, so he might be on first lap or second lap soft, so he'd be still trying to get a bit of temperature in them. He might be holding this train up a little bit just for the moment. There we go, showing the Chevy force down that back straight. He's pulling a couple tenths where they were on his bumper.
Oh, so we see Vintage make a move on Suit Lad here. He's stuck on the inside. So he's going to
think
try to
Suit
hold a
Lad's
little
playing
bit tight.
Oh, he's indicating.
He's got a nice run
Into
there.
the pits. No.
Oh, as we see Super Dragon. And Vintage is going to capitalise here. He's going to go around the inside. He's got the inside for this corner.
Oh,
Great
Vintage is gonna
driving
get
there.
first at one.
Yeah, well done.
Oh,
Can he hold it?
Yeah, nice work.
Oh,
Tough line being on the inside on the entry, but Vintage has pulled it off. Good work.
look, let's jump on board with Corbin at the moment. I think Vintage has bumped his indicator.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Vintage is indicating for no reason. We get a really good view with Suit
Good, he's
Lad
going
at
in the
moment.
pits.
What?
Yeah, I'm on with Suit Lad
so-
at the moment, which getting a view of this battle from the back.
Really
Such
good to see.
a tricky section of track through
Yeah,
here.
Troy's closing in too, so there's going to be a 5-way battle here in a sec.
Indeed. Even just watching that from Suit Lad's perspective, individual drivers' line choice through there is the difference is so dramatic.
Yeah, on that downhill chicane.
Yeah, even coming up through the hill and then around the uphill right-hander where it then
Yeah.
starts to go back down again. Line choice is very important.
And that's the thing about this track. There's a few different lines that you can actually take, and it's interesting to see who does what around here and who can make those lines fast.
Yeah, definitely. So Vintage is already able to run away with it being 8 tenths ahead of Corbin, so he would be laughing all the way to the bank, getting 2 for 1 on turn 1 last lap.
Yeah, he needed to get that done. You know, the GTR is quite strong around here.
Yeah.
And he was just getting held up. You know, you do suffer a bit of understeer through those faster corners, which really makes it hard to set up an overtake.
Definitely does. He's already caught up to the back of Herbs too. He's really putting the pressure on there. I wonder if he's going to have the power.
Yeah, if he can get a good drive here, I think you'll see him go underneath Herbs. I don't think he's close enough to do it.
No,
but,
he got a little
you
bit
know,
tail happy just there.
The GTR has got good power, but yeah, I think he'll just try to set him up for a run onto the straight. So let's see what he does here. Oh,
He's getting a bit too
he's
close
nice
to
and
early,
close. Yeah, he wasn't able to get on the gas then.
Right.
So he's butchered that one.
Reset, come back for an overtake on the next lap.
Yeah,
Slashing as well.
He's trying to go down the inside there. I think that was a move by Troy, potentially, trying to go down the inside.
So Corbin fighting
he's
back at
made up a
Vintage now
position on
too.
Suit Lad there.
Troy made a move, did he?
Yeah, Troy made a position up on Suit Lad.
That's alright, let's go to the replay on that. Let's have a look. Yeah, down the straight. He has
Yeah,
indeed.
big advantage on Slipstream.
And then-
Tried to make it on Dragon too, but Dragon's just shut that door, said, no sir, not today.
Okay, nice work.
So now we have CCH jumped onto the back of Vintage Racer here. So it's now a 3-way battle for third place. So Vintage will try to look for a move maybe into this last corner here. Can he get it done? Oh, he's going to. Yes, he can.
Nose.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's got it.
That seems to be a bit of a signature move for Vintage.
Oh,
nice.
Corbin. I thought he was going to have a look too. Oh, he's going to get
Came up with
unsettled.
A lot of pace.
So as we see,
jumped in
who was
there,
that?
so
Dale
Dale jumped
Teeks
in.
just jumped in. So Dale's on a 6-lap strategy by the look of it.
Yeah, having that one lap.
Yeah, nice work. Corbin was with me in the Jag, and then he decided he made the smart move and switched over to the FT1 like maybe a week ago. So
Yeah,
it's probably a smart move.
I did a lot of testing with Corbin during the off season, and he had a full spreadsheet of all the cars and what was fast where.
Damn.
Yeah, he went all out.
He did.
It's real close to the edge of track
So
there.
yeah, look, Vintage has got past Herbs and has opened up a bit of a lead there. So Corbin's going to need to do the same here. Let's see if he can get a run on Vintage. Herbs. Herbs is not letting him through though.
Herbs.
No, Herb's just making that super as wide as he can possibly go.
Yeah, he should have tucked in.
It's the new wall of Con.
Nah, he's made that.
Oh, he's coming back. He's coming back. Oh. But then we've got
he's into the
so
pits
we've
here,
got Corbin
Corbin.
and
Okay,
whoever
so
it was,
Corbin,
Herbs into the
Herbs,
pits.
and Jonesy has significantly more fuel.
So Vintage Racer is inherited
front.
the lead now with Troy HQ in second, Suit Lad right up the clacker of Troy HQ and Jonesy. So we've got a pair of Lexuses pushing the Supra now.
Yeah, 13-hour Autosports towards the top of the list so far. Let's hope that can play out for the rest of the race.
Look, you'd expect Suit Lad to be in probably this lap.
I think Jonesy may be in. He may be on his medium stint here. I think I saw
one
it
lap,
flick up on
one
the,
lap dash.
on the list. Yeah, light
We'll
fuel.
see when he
try and
comes into the
maximise
pits.
or try and
And-
minimise the loss on mediums.
Let's see what Vintage does here. Let's see if he stays out and does one more, or if he comes in for fresh boots.
Yeah, he's already running away with it from Troy, so he might be showing consistent pace still and want to hold on to that.
Oh, he's staying out.
Oof. Almost looked like a pit entry there, but he was just running a bit wide.
Yeah, it's a sketchy
Yeah, there we
corner.
go. So Jonesy was on medium.
So yeah, he's on medium. So was Dale Teeks.
So yeah, fuel use between Suit Lad, Jonesy, and Dale.
Yeah, Dale came in for a one-lap sprint on softs as well.
There we go.
So Vintage
exit.
running wide out of that last corner is close the gap for Troy. So the gap's down to 1.5 seconds. So it went from 3 to 1.5. So just goes to show that if you have that slight off, you're losing so much time.
Certainly does. And Troy was at the back of the field for the start of this race, being reverse grid. So
This battle for 8th,
nearly
boys.
halfway through, and he's already back up front. But yeah, battle for 8th between
Jonesy and Herbs
and Dale. So they'd be
So
all majority on fresh tyres. So
Yeah,
they'll be
they are.
keen to get a bit of warning in them.
Our leaders, Vintage and Troy, are going to come in for fresh rubbers this lap and take on fuel. They both need to take on fuel. They're both looking pretty much exactly the same for fuel. But yeah, let's stay with Herbs and Jonesy at the moment. Jonesy is tucking in behind Herbs here.
This is impressive from Herbs. He's in his dream
And then
car
behind,
this season.
he's loving life. He's driving around with a big smile on his face at the moment. But we've also got Suit Lad and Dale. So Suit Lad just got a great run out of the last turn. Is making a move on Dale, but Dale is covering on the inside here. So Suit Lad's going to find it hard to make a move there.
He is. He's going to have to reset for the next lap.
And we've also got Corbin and Vintage. So Corbin and Vintage. Corbin makes the move on Vintage. They're just pushing Vintage a little bit wide. So Corbin pitted the lap earlier.
Just missed
Vintage
that.
is certainly showing his nose.
So Vintage all over the back. Yeah, go to the replay if you
Go
like.
to replay. Let's just see what Corbin.
But Vintage has come back. Oh, there's a slight contact.
Yeah, so Corbin's made, we're just on the replay now, Corbin's made the dash down the inside into turn 2 and has actually made it stick.
Oh, that's great driving by Vintage. And I tell you what, when you're at the replay, there was another move there made by Vintage. Now Corbin's covering here, so Vintage just needs to not push too hard and set up for an overtake down this start-finish straight. Corbin's way too tight for this corner.
He certainly
So
is.
yeah, Vintage is pulled back.
To Vintage.
Yeah, see, look at that.
Wide.
Way too tight. He's just cost himself there.
Yep. Certainly cost himself the position, but
Damn.
we've seen Vintage do it a few times. Try to dive down the inside before that last tight section of the right-hander and make
But
up
just
Corbin
have a look
wanted to
behind
find
Look at
Corbin
the
now.
action.
Okay, so we got Herbs. Herbs is right behind Corbin now. So Corbin has gone from defending, or
attacking.
yeah, well he's going to have to. Yeah, he's now going to defend against the rest of the field.
Against the whole
in
pack.
Herbs,
Look at that.
Jonesy, Dale, Suitlad. Oh, Dale has a look on the inside of Jonesy there.
These are such a tight pack, and quite a varied range of cars too. We're seeing FT1s from Lexus, from Supra, from Porsche, all mixing it right up close.
And you know that's what I love about the Group 3s. You know, so many different manufacturers. It just makes it some really enjoyable racing. And yes, you know, the track doesn't always suit your car, but god damn, it makes for some great racing.
Roger that.
Oh, as we see Dale push a little bit wide, but he's managed to hang on to it. So Vintage in clean air inherits the lead again. Let's see if he can have a mistake-free run. Can he keep the lead after the next pit stop? He really needs the rest of this pack to sort of try to bully Corbin a bit.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's an awesome battle pack there.
Ooh, see Troy driving in
Jumping
down
on
the
with
inside.
Dale.
Yeah, this is insanely close. Dale's in a 13R auto sport sandwich at the moment. Doing well to hold off Suit Lad.
Oh, this is amazing, man. Seeing Herbs up there in third.
Yeah,
He's having a crack and drive. He's been so consistent through this season so far, with a great drive in the Group 2s and just as good drive here today at Big Willow.
Yeah. Coming off the Mustang last season, this is just...
Well, anything's
cheese,
easy
man.
to drive after being the Mustang. Hey, I did warn you about it. And to be honest, you still won the bloody championship.
Yeah, look, he still took out first place in season 6, so I mean, how bad can the Mustang be?
Give it a go, man. Give it a go.
I did. I think that everybody who races needs to do a season in the Mustang.
Oh yeah, mandatory.
Yeah. Oh, who's going on the inside of Suitlad? Oh no, it's Jonesy having a look on his teammate there.
Yes,
I
I
got
think
that the other way around.
Dale made the move on Suit Lad, so he's no longer in the sandwich anymore, but Troy has also made a move on Jonesy, which this battle pack has certainly brought early into the picture as well. So,
Yeah, so-
fourth, third even, through to eighth,
Yep.
more than halfway through the race, is split by what would be a second, maybe a second and a half.
And look, this is working in Vintage's favour now too.
Definitely.
He's got a 2-second lead over Corbin. So come on, Vintage, let's do it for T-Rex racing. Show them the colours here, boys.
Lap 36 brain fade.
Yeah, that's when you see me throw my controller through the bloody TV, and my race is done before it began.
Very good.
There's a high probability that'll happen with me tonight. Of every 90% of the practice races I've done this week have ended in the dirt. It's just not
See,
good.
I've just done the opposite strategy and gone with no practice races, and in hopes that I can actually pull something off come race day.
Oh, you're definitely going in the dirt.
Oh
Definitely.
yeah, I know that. I just have to accept that.
As we see,
Vintage
Vintage has just gone fastest. He's just gone purple. So let's see if he can continue to go purple. So Vintage's got his head down. He's pushing extremely hard. He's got a 2.6 second lead, so he's opened almost a second over in the last lap. So Vintage is pushing really hard at the moment.
Yes, I wonder if he's finding the peak of those softs, and in conjunction with a good good level of fuel, and certainly being able to maximise that and pull out more of a lead.
Look, the GTR is pretty strong around here. I just think that, you know, he's been battling the whole race. Oh, as we see, who's that coming off the track in front of him?
Oh no!
Oh,
Herbs is off.
Herbs! Oh, Herbs is off in a big way.
and-
Oh, and early.
Oh no!
Is that early?
Yeah, I think it is.
That's both teammates, both out.
Oh, no.
Was there? I don't know.
Foot is going to be spewing watching that.
Was just straight off.
Sorry, no, Shans is the team.
Shans.
Yeah.
Oh, and he's behind the bloody
no,
tyres.
Early's behind the barrier. No.
That's
That's so unlucky. And he
I
spun.
can't even find him.
That's early.
11th.
Early's at 11th. 12. Still trying to find the pits.
Oh, that hurts.
That is so unlucky. And my God, I hope that does
man.
not happen to me tonight.
I wonder if that was... And he's just been reset as he's tried to get into the pit.
Yeah.
He will be
That is
pissed.
just being shot with a bullet after being knocked off your perch.
So Herbs is in. He's on medium. So he's going to do a one-lap dash on mediums, I think, Herbs, right now.
Herbs was really low on fuel too, so I wonder if he's...
Oh, man, that sucks. Unlucky, man.
He's gone from the front of the field all the way to the back. Oh, that hurts.
So now we've got a battle between Suitlad and Troy.
Also, did we see...
Suitlad's put on his indicator. He might be pulling into the pits here.
Yeah, Corbin's down to 7th. Did we see him come into the pits, or did he come off as well?
Let's have a look. So Corbin is on fresh rubber.
Okay,
so
he
should...
come in as well.
Okay, last pit stop, he came out in front of Vintage. I think this time Vintage is going to come out in front of him. Vintage will be into the pits this lap. So...
Yeah, as we see... Suitlad just out behind Corbin, so Suitlad's actually made it up in the pits here, because he was behind Dale, Jonesy, and what was before Early as well. So Suitlad's definitely made some good strides on the pits.
Yeah, look, that off has actually spread the field a little bit, and it's given Vintage a bit of a bigger gap. So Vintage, as he comes into the pits for this lap, let's jump on with Corbin and see where they come out.
Yeah, because there was about 3 seconds was the gap, I think, before Corbin came in, and Corbin's had a fairly free run from what I can see from traffic, so that'll mean he's got a good outlap.
Corbin's on purple at the moment, so he's not messing about.
No.
So Vintage is in. Corbin comes around.
He's defending.
He is defending.
Suitlad here.
Was purple, but he had to keep...
Oh, as we see Corbin run wide, he's run real wide. Can he hang on to it?
Oh, he's done really well.
But he's lost that position to... so Vintage has come out into third position with Suitlad behind him. So, yeah, so Vintage has managed to keep that 2-second lead behind Suitlad. So I think once everybody does their other pit stops, Vintage should inherit the lead. So I think Vintage is our basic leader once all the pit stops are done.
Yeah, I think we're going to see Untouchables and Troy come in over the next maybe 1 or 2 laps, and then that'll hand the lead back to Vintage. What are we, 2.5 seconds back to Suitlad? So Suitlad being on fresh rubber, he might have an opportunity to keep up with Vintage, or at least keep the gap even. But we've seen some really big impacts from coming off here at Big Willow for Herbs and Early. So really feeling for them now.
Yeah, so Early just had to make way for Troy to come through because Early's been lapped. So Early's back in 12th, so he really shouldn't be trying to make an overtake here. He really just needs to sit behind him and stay out of Troy's way, basically.
Yeah, especially given the fact that Troy's race leader currently, you need to play it smart, and there's not much.
Early's a minute and a half behind first place, so he really needs to just stay behind, don't make any moves.
Also, Smooth Blanket 13. Was he caught up in the accident a couple of laps ago?
I think he must have.
So he's 20 seconds behind Early now as well. So
yeah, and he's also a minute 30 behind first place. So he had to have come off.
Was that Herb's Early and Smooth Blanket that all came off on that?
Yeah, I think it was. I think the whole team took each other out.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that
Shans will be spewing.
That's not nice.
A bit of a team chat after the race.
Ripdock's doing well.
I think
Jonesy there.
Yeah,
I tell you what,
don't-
Untouchables is having a great drive. He's sitting in
Oh, yeah.
second place at the moment in the Porsche. I think he's having a really good drive here.
I think it's where Dale and Untouchables is in the Porsche as well. I think that's where the strategy of doing some longer stints might be paying off for them. Being the Porsche is good on fuel and you can manage your tyres, especially around this track being a mid-rear, might well pay off for them.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's been super consistent. He's been lapping, pretty much 112s the whole race. So, yeah, look, Untouchables, he might be the dark horse to take this one out, boys.
Yeah. Over the next 4 or 5 laps, I think, is where we'll start to figure out where everyone's strategies will put them up. So
yeah, well, with 10 laps to go, everyone will be in to get their last pit stop over and done with in the next couple of laps. So, yeah, we're going to see who's where and go from there. But Troy's now got a 3.4 second lead over Untouchables. And I'd expect to see him come into the pits this lap. So let's jump on board with Vintage and see where he ends up.
There we go. So Troy's ducked into pits. We're going to see Untouchables stay out for another lap.
Yeah, and Vintage is just outside of Untouchable's slipstream here.
He is. Although I
So
don't see
Troy
that being the case for
is
long.
still in the pits, so he's sitting 6th, 7th. So yeah, it looks like Troy is...
He's fueling right up, but he's going to drop
It's
back
hard
up.
to say, but he'll be fueling to the end. He'd have
I
to
would
be.
expect him to do, what's that going to be, 9 laps?
9 laps, you'd have to be fueling to the end. There'd be no point coming in again.
Yeah, interesting. Seeing Untouchables.
So Vintage all over the back of Untouchables now. So Vintage has been on a bit of a charge the last few laps, down into the 11s again.
Here we go. I can see Vintage doing a move down the right here.
Yeah, he's going to go the inside. The Porsche's just not got that straight line speed.
Actually,
Vintage
quick
has
shout
got
out
Bowen
to Snoop.
really easy.
Fastest lap of a 111.3. That's some really good pay.
Well done. So
So
Vintage will be in
Vintage
this
take a
lap, I think. Oh no, he's staying out.
Untouchables
So no,
will be-
Vintage has got a few more laps in him.
Yes, I think
Got him
Vintage
confused
sitting
with
on 6 or 7 lap
Untouchables.
strategy. Might be on 6
Yeah,
or 7
so
laps.
he'll come in at the end of lap 30, Vintage.
Mm.
So he'll do 2 more laps, like you'd think.
Yep.
Suit Lad will be in this lap, so he'll take fresh rubber.
How's Corbin doing for... He's got a pit soon.
Corbin
he's
will
doing
also
alright.
be, yeah, so Corbin and Suit Lad are on the same pit strategy, so they'll both be into the pits this lap. Dale will be out for another lap, you would think, and then come in at the end of lap 30, so I think he'll come at the same time as Vintage.
So just jump to Untouchables quickly, just to see the time gap between him and Vintage.
So
I wonder how much
16.7
fuel
seconds.
Yeah,
So that is going to be pretty close.
yeah, by the time everyone else gets their pit stops done,
Oh, as we see, he's binned it. Oh, that's so unlucky. Come on, get it together, Untouchables. That's really unlucky there, buddy.
Oh, that sucks.
So yeah, so now that
Old tyres. was
gap
just bit-
now is 22. I reckon that if he
There we
didn't
go,
have
so
that
that's
spin,
Corbin.
Untouchables would have probably come out about the same as Vintage.
Yeah.
It would have been a race to the end.
Well, that's cost him
So
about 8 or
Vintage
9 seconds
is
so
still
far.
out.
So if he's within that margin, then he would have inherited the lead by the time Vintage has done his stop.
So Corbin's in, Suit Lad's in. Suit Lad's overtaken Corbin in the pit spot. Look at it by, oh god, good second, almost 2 seconds. Wow.
That's some good training that we've been putting in for fuel saving in the Lexus. I was able to maximise that last season in some of the enduros, and I've definitely been able to palm that knowledge off to the boys, which is great to see.
It's one of the strengths of the Lexus, being able to save fuel. How has it? Have you felt any difference since the BOP update for the Lexus?
I have. That's something else that will add to my lack of experience around Big Willow. I've not done a second since the BOP update, so clearly looking by the pace of Jonesy and Suit Lad, it hasn't seemed to make too much of a difference.
Okay, so Vintage has stayed out, so he's going to do one more flying lap and then come in. Dale's in. to take tyres and fuel for his last stint. Troy stayed out. Jonesy's in.
Jonesy and Dale are about the same fuel. So,
So
they'll be
Troy's fuel to the end. He's 10 seconds behind Vintage Racer.
Interesting, man.
So very interesting.
And his
He's
Suit
looking
Lab
good though. He's looking good. Having
fueled
started
to
from the
end as
back.
well.
Yeah,
Troy
so-
making his way through the field has certainly shown that playing it smart is a really good way to.
And he's just gone purple.
end up with point.
So Troy's pushing really hard. The only thing is that Vintage will be on fresh rubber. I think he's going to come out behind Troy. To be perfectly honest, I think he needed probably about 14 seconds.
Yep, I agree with that. Troy and Vintage for a battle on the final laps, by the looks of it.
Yeah, should be cracker. So we see Vintage coming into the last corner here. So he's going to definitely be into the pits this lap. So he's going to do rubber, tyres, fuel. So he's in. So let's jump on board with Troy. Troy's coming around the last corner now.
Well, Vintage is very low on fuel, so I think, Troy is looking like he's got the jump on Vintage. Yeah,
So
certainly
Vintage
has.
is still in the pits.
Yeah, by a big margin too.
Right, this will be.
So
very
Vintage is
interesting.
out. So Vintage is 3.4 seconds behind Troy. Oh, it's a big ask.
Did not see that
Man.
coming.
It's a big ask.
That's a lot of laps to do on one.
Between Suit Lab and Vintage too.
So Troy's trying to pull off like a 9-10 lap stint or something, is he?
It'll be a
Yeah.
nine
Yeah,
lap
yeah,
stint
so he's-
on lap 29, lap 20.
That's doable, isn't it? Actually.
Yeah, look, he's going to drop
is.
probably. He's probably going to start doing 12s after this lap of the
It's
next
down
one.
to 2.
Maybe.
It's down to 3 seconds. Yeah, that's fresh
Vintage
tyres,
needs
man.
to be doing low 11s
Yeah,
Consistently.
to
be able to make that gap.
be able to do it. So it's definitely doable.
it is.
But Vintage needs to be lapping a second lap faster.
As we come
So,
into this final stint
interesting.
as well, we can see Suit Lad, Corbin and Dale in a relatively close battle pack. So I'm sure they will be one to watch towards the end of this. I think they're split. What are they? 3rd, 4th, and 5th.
Yeah, look, Suit Lad's driven the wheels off that Lexus. He's having a cracking race. So Corbin sitting nice in 4th. Dale, again, having a good drive in the Porsche.
Yeah, Dale's been able to. So I don't think he had too great of a start.
Oh, get it on the track there, Dale.
Keep it in. He didn't have too great of a start in this race, I don't think. So it's good to see him back up towards the pointy end.
Yeah, probably didn't have the best start. Got tangled, but, you know, most of this field got caught up in something at some stage throughout this 37-lap race. So, you know, it just comes down to who's driven the smartest. And at this stage, Troy's had a pretty bloody good run of it.
He has. Although having said that, we're about a lap in from where I last saw the timings, and it's already, what are we, 7?
Yeah, he's already taken
8
a second off the time.
Vintage. So that's
Come on,
massive
Vintage.
strides.
You can do it.
He just has to be smart about where he overtakes and not hurt his tyres in the process
Just
of the
can't
battle.
make any silly mistakes.
Yeah, exactly. Keep it together, and it'll certainly be a good finish.
Yeah, so Vintage will be looking at his sector times and just trying to, you know, he needs to basically go purple every lap now.
Yeah, it certainly does.
So let's go through the rest of the field, see who's where. So Suit Lad's in 3rd, Corbin 4th, Dale 5th. Untouchables after an off is in 6th. Then we've got Jonesy and Ripdoc having a little bit of a battle there. So Ripdoc, oh no, it's Jonesy and probably Early, is it?
Oh yeah, Early would be caught up because he was a
Yeah.
lap. Is he a lap down on a lot of other people now as well?
Virtually, yeah.
Yeah. Yes, he is. And then Ripdoc.
So that time's come down even more. It's down to 1.6. So Vintage is pushing hard, and Troy's tyres are definitely going off. So Troy's last lap was a 1:12.1. Vintage's last lap was a 1:11.6.
Yeah, there you go. That nearly half a
So
second.
he's only needs to get a
Really.
second this lap on him, and then he's in the slip. Race on, boys. Race on.
Agreed. This is outstanding. Here we were thinking it was a big ask for Vintage to make that 3.5 second gap up, and 2.5 laps later, he's almost within striking distance.
Yeah, I'll have to have a chat to Vintage and at the end of this race.
Figure out that strategy and hand it off to the team boss.
Yes.
Yeah, this is where Vintage is going to make up the time. He's already brought it down like 2-3 tenths
1.2.
there.
Yeah, so by the end of this lap, you think that he'll be almost in slip distance as they come through that fast right-hander out of turn 9. Look, Troy's definitely got it into a defence, but you know,
it's a big ask.
He's got like 3-4 lap tyres on him.
Yeah, and with Vintage,
Vintage is on fire at the moment. He just needs to make sure that once he gets into that slip distance, that he remembers that he's got slip to deal with.
Yeah. Just go the big send,
Absolutely.
Vintage.
Yeah.
Send it.
Yes. And he came into the pits on that last set. Got a match set, sticky tyres.
Yeah, the battle's certainly up front at the moment.
Yeah, so it's down to 1.1 seconds, so down to a second now.
Jeez.
Oh, did he butcher that a little bit? Yeah, he has. So Vintage will be in slip striking distance.
Yeah.
He's in the slip. Come on, Vintage, you've got this, buddy. He's just out of slip. He's fallen just out of slip at the moment.
Troy,
As we see Troy, he's touched the dirt and he's gone wide. He's gone. Oh, he's gone. No, but bloody hell, go Vintage. Unlucky for Anzac Racing for Troy. Well done, Vintage. Go, buddy.
Over the last few laps, it's just been putting that pressure
someone else is
on.
off.
Oh, is that early again? It is. It's early.
Might be early, not his race.
So Vintage looks like he's going to take the race if he can stay out of trouble with the last lap. Troy, so unlucky. Just the pressure of Vintage chasing him down, made him forcing him into an error.
Delta time continue to drop would have certainly been playing on his mind.
Oh, he would have been sweating for sure.
It's actually really good to see Suitlad in third as well, holding out Corbin. He's kept that delta at a fairly constant 1.6, 1.7 seconds.
Yeah, look, I think Suitlad punched above his weight tonight in that Lexus in a car that's not really suited to this track. He has had a fantastic drive.
Yep, he was another one that used the Lexus throughout season 6 as well. So he's had plenty of practice in there. I think that's certainly showing off the skill set for him tonight.
Yeah, so Zedi should be taking note, and it can be done, Zedi.
Yeah, well, Zedi coming off of a win in round 1.
He's been showing plenty of pace. But here we are, Vintage, last lap, last corner. Well done, son. Taking it for T-Rex Racing. You beauty. He will be pumped. Hey, he's going to get up, he's going to high-five his missus, and he's going to pour himself a scotch. So Vintage takes the race. Great drive there by Vintage. Troy is so unlucky, but great drive again, coming from the back of the pack to take second.
Back of the field, second.
Suitlad third. Great drive in that Lexus. Corbin fourth. Dale fifth. Untouchables. Great drive. Unlucky, had a spin. I think if he didn't have that spin, he would have been right up there for probably a third place. So unlucky, Untouchables. But hold your head high, mate. You had a good drive.
Looking a little bit frustrated, so something might have happened towards the tail end of that race there. We see Super Dragon and Narcs coming across the line for 9th and 10th, and we'll see
Herbs
in
11th.
Yep, so Herbs will be the last.
So unlucky, just so unlucky for Herbs. I really feel for him. He was having a great drive.
Yep, up at the pointy end of the field, and then along with the rest of his teammates, just went off on the last turn, and it really has hurt him. That sucks big time.
But yeah, mate, great race, boys. Thoroughly enjoyed it.
Awesome race.
Well done to Vintage, taking the win home to T-Rex Racing. Congratulations.
Yeah, outstanding. So Vintage getting his first win for the season. First of many, I'm going to say. I think he's going to be super competitive in Division 2 this season. So well done to Vintage.
Absolutely.
And Smooth Blanket.
And
Nice slap. Nice work.
yeah, Smooth Blanket.
Yes. Yeah.
Well done. Unlucky again, caught up. Just goes to show how hard this track is, and that, you know, if you have one off, it really just bites you in the arse and can ruin your race.
Yeah, especially with full damage as well. I think we've seen some full effects from that tonight, and yeah, some unlucky people have copped the full brunt of it. But there is always next round. We can always look forward to another race.
Oh, well, that's it for us, boys. Thanks to our sponsors, Races, Pagny and Advanced Simulation, and Next Level Racing. And boys, it's been an enjoyable night of commentary.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. Alrighty, well,
good luck in your races tonight, and we've got Div 1 next.
That's it. Stay tuned, guys. That should be on in about half an hour. So, yeah, see you guys soon.
Fantastic. Race hard, boys. We'll see you then.
Yeah. See you, boys.